The fellas are back.
Yeah, we're back.
The fellas are back. The fellas
Oh my
are
God,
back.
thank God.
Welcome back to another week of the Bros and the Berg Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Doyle, accompanied tonight with Robbie Bergstone and our executive producer, Connor Doyle. Back after a little bit of a siesta, getting moved around, some things going on in the personal lives, but we're back on a little bit different setup, and we're here to talk about sports, tier lists, and any other random shit that comes to mind.
Gambling.
Always
Gambling. Please gamble responsibly.
Please gamble responsibly.
Yeah,
We cannot say that enough because we lose a lot of money.
That's
I don't even have a job yet.
we don't lose that much money.
Man,
You guys lose a lot. Of money.
yeah.
Me-
Because we pretty much parlay everything we see.
Same.
Yeah,
he just wins.
Yeah,
I've-
I'm just better.
My Venmo is bloody with all the red that I'm sending to Robbie, so I got no more sports betting for the next foreseeable future.
For the next one day.
yeah. So the Mavs tip, and I'm plopping $100 parlay on something spicy.
Do we need to put in a Mavs future?
Yes.
What
Actually,
are
we
those
should have done that.
odds?
We should have done that when I said Mavs in 5 against the Jazz, and I caught a bunch of flack for it.
And here they are in the Western Conference.
Here
Finals.
they are. And then Connor and I both said Phoenix in 5.
Yeah. Well, I was of that opinion.
Love being wrong.
I said-
wrong on that.
I said Mavs in 7, I think, in the first round. So I just need to move
Yeah.
mine back one.
Mm-hmm.
There you
We're
go.
locked in. Mavs in 6. I get it.
What was your Phoenix prediction, Robbie?
That
What
they'd
did
be
you
in the
say?
NBA.
What did
I
you
said
say?
I said they'd be in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Um,
Bucks, I believe, were one of my picks, and they are no longer
Mhm.
in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I said a rematch of last year. So
I would just
Not
love
even in the conference finals for Bergstone.
I would just love to make it known that between Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton at halftime in Game 7, they had 6 points.
just a
6
sorry
points.
it's-
showing from the Phoenix.
It was Garmin soft.
Do you wanna
I mean,
know-
like I know I've said that
There it
before,
is.
but
There's the
like,
catchphrase.
Classic.
There it is.
Do you know how bad it was? You know it's bad when the team releases an official press release on Twitter apologizing for the performance of the game that the team put up in Game 7. I'm going to read this from the Phoenix Suns account because it makes me happy. And I quote, "Today is a new day for Phoenix Suns fans. The work on next season is already underway. As employees, fans, partners, and PayPal 6 members of the Phoenix Suns, you should be proud of what you have helped this team and our organization accomplish. For 3 straight seasons, we have been raising the bar on expectations and accomplishments that wouldn't have been possible without the incredible support from the best fans in the NBA, some of whom have been with us since the start in 1968. With
and
greater
we're
success.
booing at halftime.
With greater success and expectation comes deeper disappointment. That's natural. Just know we all share in it, and our organization won't be satisfied until we bring an NBA championship to the Valley. We're in this together. We win together. We lose together. We fight together. And the only way we get better is together. Thank you for supporting us all season, and as we look ahead to the start of a new chapter."
So can we talk about their achievements? There's one achievement on that list.
Yeah.
Making the NBA Finals, not
Mhm.
winning the NBA
Yeah.
Finals,
Yeah.
not having a major award won. No.
Mm-hmm.
You made
They
the
don't have-
NBA Finals.
Their best player finished 4th in the MVP and got absolutely shit on.
Yeah, can we talk about that Devin Booker finish at an MVP voting ahead of Luka Doncic for a second, please? Because Luka Doncic, dad.
It's
Yeah.
the MVP is the regular season award.
I'm
Their
aware.
alleged top 5 point guard
I'm
of
aware.
all time disappeared. Hold
Are we
another
saying-
classic,
are we saying Chris Paul's not a top 5 point guard of all time?
another classic CP3 postseason meltdown.
Yeah.
He's allergic to Game 7s, bro. How can you put him
He's
top
allergic to the
5? He
playoffs.
cannot win anything.
I
It-
think he's top 5, but
I know, I do too, but
64-win team. That's
I-
what happens.
I do too, but I think it's incredible. Like, I don't understand it. It's like he forgets how to play basketball when he's in the playoffs. He just forgets how to play basketball.
in the second round, Chris Paul is guaranteed to either completely shit
So-
the bed or get hurt, and he's going to do one of the two every time.
Did you see that he was allegedly limping
Ah,
Yeah,
after
that
Game
was
7?
There's-
You know,
there's the spin
there's-
zone. There's the
Yeah.
there it
Yeah.
is. I just love all the people clowning the Suns afterwards, especially other NBA teams. They're like, yeah, the Suns talk shit all year and then got sent to Cancun in the second round.
There was not, if you are not a Suns fan, you are a Mavs fan, which I could not get enough of. I mean, everyone
unless
was
you said
rooting
the
for
Suns
the
would make the
Mavs.
finals, in which case,
Yeah, unless you were betting on the Suns, but
man, I really thought that halftime cover was going to hit.
and then it got worse.
It got worse. That is definitely not what I expected. But
I mean, Ryan and I were watching. Like Luka was just hitting the most, as Ryan likes to call them, ignorant step backs that I've ever seen.
They are. You're doing that over grown men making millions of dollars in the NBA, and you're 23.
Yeah.
There was a game 5 that Booker was like messing with Luka and like knocked the ball out of his hands or whatever on a dead ball, and then Luka got pissed. Like it was over. That was what the series ended.
Exactly. Luka said it's easy to talk when you're up.
Yeah.
Rendon homered with Trout on.
That's pain.
There you go.
Pain.
Really, it's just Mike Trout hit a homer, bro. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It also takes me off that all the critics are like, "Oh, the Suns are going to get enough. You know, they're going to get enough flack, and we're not going to give them more. Give them more." Do you know how much this team was talking? Like Chris Paul and Devin Booker were talking. Like, are you kidding me? And they put in that performance in Game 7.
Pat Bev gave him that work.
Dude,
just specifically Chris Paul. Specifically Chris Paul.
Pat Bev tricking y'all, man.
Chris Paul that work. Yeah, Pat Bev trick y'all, man.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe we still talk about that bum. It's so funny.
Can y'all think of a worse like Game 7 performance?
No,
I mean,
no.
It was the biggest halftime. It was the biggest halftime deficit of a Game 7 of all time.
They had 27 points at halftime. They were a 63-win team.
Home.
At home.
You're at home.
And Luka had 27 points at halftime as well.
It's so
I was
bad.
in shock. I mean, we were sitting at home watching it. We physically
crazy.
couldn't believe it. Even as like unbelievable homers, we in our wildest dreams we didn't think that'd be happening.
Mm-hmm. It was disgusting.
So now Mavs in 7 again.
I think we have a better chance against the Warriors than we did against the Suns. Bro, yeah. Robbie, if Mavs v Heat finals, third time's the charm. We can only play the Heat in the finals.
That's the 3.
Okay, that's the 3.
That would be wild.
We can only play the Heat in the finals.
It's looking good for the Heat with the way the Celtics are just coming down with the injury and COVID bug.
Well,
right
what's
now.
hysterical? This is an excellent transition. But Connor and I were reading some of the
CBS reports.
Some of the experts, the CBS experts, pick their top 10 NBA dudes to pick this series.
CBS experts is a very long stretch of the word experts.
Yeah, but listen to this.
They work for the network.
This sounds crazy.
Yeah,
all 10 of them picked Celtics in 6.
Every single one of them picked Celtics in 6.
The number 1 seed in the East didn't even get a nod. Not even in 7.
The Mavs got two of them. The Mavs got 2 votes. The Heat didn't get a single one.
And the Heat have looked good.
Yeah, the Heat are really good.
Like, they have looked really good.
I don't understand. Why does everyone keep sleeping on the Heat?
Jimmy Butler's been the best player in the Eastern Conference throughout the playoffs. Maybe save Jason Tatum, maybe. But I mean, I think he's been the best player on the court in most games the Heat have played.
What about James Harden? James Harden wasn't the best.
Who?
Have you seen some of the player options available to be picked up next year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Like John Wall has the option to exercise a $44 million contract.
He's like, yo,
he's not
pay me again to just ride the bench and do nothing.
Somebody was looking over and he's like, yeah, he's definitely not going to pick that up because some other team will give him a $44 million contract.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I saw after when they were doing the post game interviews, it was kind of interesting that. Because obviously they do the players and the coaches, but I was more interested in the coach interviews because Monty Williams, like, I almost felt bad for Duke. He was like, I didn't get my players ready for Game 7. I was like, Monty, that's not all on you, dude. Come on, like they were just playing like ass.
Something's going on with DeAndre Ayton too because he only played like 17 minutes.
Yeah, Ryan, you said that Monty said it was like a mental block or something like Ben Simmons is.
They asked why he only played 17 minutes, and Monty just responded, "It's internal." And did not say anything.
Did you see the hit piece that came out on Ayton like right after the game too? That there was some article on ESPN about how like he plays video games till like 5 in the morning every night.
Devin Booker.
2 hours of sleep and all this shit. It's no, he doesn't do that every night. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
Does he stay up till 5 a.m. playing video games occasionally because he's a dude in his 20s? Probably.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that every night. But
Hayden's the one guy I don't hate off the Suns. He's the only one that I doesn't drive me nuts.
Jake Crowder sucks.
Chris Paul's such a likable dude.
Yeah, is he? He used to be one of my favorite players. I can't stand him anymore.
Paul's fine.
Such a likable
Can't
dude.
stand him anymore.
I don't have any problems with Devin Booker.
He just talks so much.
But also, I'll be the number one guy to say there are probably a lot of people that dislike Luka.
Yeah. Come on now.
Luka talks all the time too. What do you mean?
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm a Homer fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, in the game, like Ryan said when we were watching, it was just amazing because at a certain point, Booker, Paul was trying to get rid of the ball as fast as he could, and Booker was just standing in the corner. Booker wasn't even trying to go get the ball at a certain point. It was just they were so deflated. And I said that's what the Mavs needed to do, is that if they had any hope of winning this game, they needed to come out and completely take the crowd out of the equation. The crowd could not be a factor at all. And, props to Jason Kidd, because there was a TikTok that the NBA posted on a defensive possession where Kidd was screaming the entire time, do this, do that, and Dorian, get your hands up, rotate. I mean, some of the adjustments that Kidd made in this series are honestly, as much as Luka was incredible, some of the adjustments that Kidd made were the reasons that the Mavs were able to win this series. That defensive scheme that the Mavs run, the little 5-out zone that they do, even Luka busts his ass in that 5-out zone.
Every single dude on the every single dude on the Mavs team wanted that.
They wanted it more,
They wanted it. So it's just you saw it in the effort.
Yeah.
D Book in the corner, posted up, trying to look fresh.
Yeah. And then the embrace between Luka and Dirk after Game 7, lovely moment. We love that. But Dirk, you could have put Dirk on the floor in that game, and he could have dropped 20 on those bums.
Right now.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right now. This
Dirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Geriatric Dirk.
Geriatric. Put Dirk out there with the walker. He's got it.
So let's move on to our predictions for the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to take Mavs in 6. I'm going to take Mavs in 6 games. You heard me, Robbie. Mavs in 6. And I got...
Whatever. You guys don't want me to pick the Mavs because whatever I say is going to be wrong. So
I got Heat in 7. Mavs 6, Heat 7. Okay. Mavs Heat Finals.
Warriors in 6. And Heat in 6.
Okay. Let's see what Ryan says. I think the Mavs have a better shot against Golden State than they did against Phoenix. I mean, I guess okay, let's be real. Except for last game, Clay's been a brick. Clay has not been able to shoot very well in these playoffs. Curry does what he does, and obviously Poole is kind of stepping up in that regard. But Draymond can't score.
All Steph has to do is get them to a game 6, and then Clay's good.
Well, yeah, true. yeah. And then Draymond's gonna start kicking Luka in the nuts, and so he's gonna. Hey, yo, come on now.
We're gonna go Mavs in 7 just because I can't bet against them.
It's called a homer pick. It's okay.
It's called a homer pick, and we're gonna admit to it what it is. Mm-hmm. But we're going to Heat in 5.
Well, hey,
I'm feeling froggy.
Okay.
I feel Boston get
big Heat podcast.
Big Heat.
I feel Boston gets Game 3, and Heat take 4 and 5, clinch at home.
Gentlemen's sweep by the Miami Heat.
Damn.
It's going to be very fresh going into Game 1, hosting the Mavs.
I think it also depends on how, because it said Horford was in health and safety protocols. I don't know what Smart had, but I guess it depends on those two guys when they are able to get back too. That'll probably play a pretty big factor.
Heat and Celtics are tied at 21 in the first quarter, by the way.
Okay.
There it is.
Very nice.
We'll keep a close eye on that.
Also, in talks of the Warriors, we got to congratulate Steph Curry. He finally graduated with his college degree from Davidson.
Yo, shout out Steph.
Shout out Steph Curry.
Shout out Davidson.
Shout out Davidson.
We love education here on the podcast.
Of course. And then we also have to talk about the back-to-back MVP of the NBA, Nikola Jokic, as Ryan predicted and as Ryan thinks is well-deserved. Robbie, what are your thoughts?
Can we go back to the Steph thing real quick?
Okay, yeah, of course.
I saw a tweet about it, and someone was like, Steph Curry wrote a thesis on like
the women, like a gender equality in sports.
Yeah, you don't write a thesis
for a bachelor's degree.
Okay, sorry. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that saw that. Continue, anyways.
Yeah. Jokic winning back-to-back MVPs. I mean, I think we all think that's pretty well deserved. I think they said it's like the only time in NBA history where two Europeans won back-to-back MVPs or something like that. That's
and they're both Jokic?
No, Giannis and then Jokic.
Yeah. Okay. That adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before we move on to hockey, because the Stanley Cup playoffs have been very exciting. Round 1 is probably one of the best
5-7 game series.
Absolutely insane. But what do the Philadelphia 76ers do? Where are they at? They, to me, have a lot of decisions to make in the offseason. I think they're one of the most interesting teams to watch.
I think they should trade for Ben Simmons.
Christ almighty.
Dude, that's such a good idea.
Opinion out of my co-host.
That's crazy.
I'm mad.
Think they have an opening in the 76ers front office for me? Or like
Yeah. Neither team won that trade. Neither team benefited off the Harden-Simmons trade.
Is James Harden washed? Will we ever see a James Harden that can actually take over a game anymore?
Embiid even said that. He's like, that's just not how he plays anymore. Embiid said he's a straight up playmaker now. He's not really a guy who
changed the rules so he can't get to the free throw line every time he touches the rod.
Exactly. Yep. Half of his points came off the free throw line stuff.
And I think that's a big thing if you're the 76ers. Can Harden figure out a way to score without doing that? Do you think he can figure it out? I mean, it's been, a season or two now? Maybe 2 full seasons since they changed the rules. Yeah. Can he figure it out? Especially now that he has someone like Joel Embiid that can take some of that offensive pressure off of him, where he doesn't have to take. Right, but he doesn't have to take over every game like he did in Houston. He just sometimes needs to be able to turn on a switch and score.
And let's not sleep on Tobias Harris either. He's a pretty reliable offensive.
Jimmy Butler walking in the locker room.
That was so disrespectful. Tobias Harris over me.
I love Jimmy Butler.
He's about that life. Jimmy Butler is really about it. It's hysterical.
A hooper. Sure.
I think Embiid's gonna leave though. I think Embiid just doesn't want to be there anymore. I mean, I don't know.
Can he leave?
Or not after this year.
Butler was trying to get Embiid to come to Miami.
Yeah, he's like Joel Embiid.
Jojo, my guy.
Bam at the 4 and Embiid at the 5 would be fucking filthy. They can't afford that, but
how would you score if they had Bam and Embiid just hanging out on the inside? I guess you'd have to be the Warriors and just shoot.
You'd have to shoot.
But the Heat don't even have that money because they're paying Duncan Robinson $90 million.
Get Duncan Robinson off your
Bam could also defend the outside too. You have Jimmy Butler on the outside defending the perimeter too.
That team would be gross. It would be really, really gross.
I could see Butler, honest to God, if Embiid wanted to come there, I could see Butler taking, if they got Robinson off their books, Butler taking a massive pay cut because he's like, if Embiid gets there, they probably win a championship. So I could see Butler taking a huge pay cut.
Who's taking Duncan Robinson for $90 million?
No, just I don't know.
And a bunch of fucking picks.
You know who that contract sounds perfect for?
The Mavericks?
The Charlotte Hornets.
We're bad.
A white guy being paid way too much money. That is the Charlotte Hornets bread and butter right there. That is what you are known for right there. So
salivating at the opportunity.
Michael Jordan said, "Yo,
hey yo."
Who I gotta talk to get this deal to happen?
Ryan, I feel like I have a few more NBA points, and then we can move on to the hockey real quick.
Okay.
But Ryan, this was something that you brought to my attention. Lil Wayne is a little active on Twitter, and before Game 7, he had at one point tweeted "Luka a hoe," and then Luka did that, and then after the game, Lil Wayne tweeted "F CP3, F Devin Booker, and F French Montana." What did French Montana do to Lil Wayne?
Bro, if Wayne says fuck French Montana, it's fuck French Montana. On God.
What'd 50 do? Right.
Bro, you ever see that video of 50 Cent? When he's... Who was the other rapper he named? It was Nelly. It's a little sound bit of like 50 trying to defend himself. He said, "Fuck Nelly, fuck 50. What the fuck 50 do?" And immediately that's what the guy responded, French Montana be like.
Gucci who?
Gucci man.
Shout out my head of Gucci.
Very funny. So yeah, and then the NBA draft lottery has been selected, the top 3 picks at least. So with the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft will be the Orlando Magic.
Baby.
So they're gonna draft Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, they're gonna
fast.
Him and Obama.
Yeah, exactly. I can see them drafting Chet so fast.
Except they don't need him because they have. Do they still have Mo Bamba and Jonathan Isaac?
Yeah.
So maybe they won't, because I feel like unless you're giving up on those 2 guys, you really don't need Chet, do you?
Does Bamba even start?
I don't know, but he's got a good song.
Yeah, and then the Magic are followed by the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 2. Their picks are gonna start to come in effect here very soon. All the picks that they traded for, and then at number 3 is the Houston Rockets. So those are the top 3 picks. Those teams definitely need some help. I mean, the Thunder are strategically need some help, but the other 2 just straight up need some help.
I saw someone saying that Thunder should trade for Ayton if there's really like that much bad blood in Phoenix right now with whatever's going on, and like him and Shai and Giddey. That'd be a pretty solid core to build around.
I feel like
those are 3 really solid young players.
Yeah. Really solid to build, but they have so many picks. I don't know if they want to trade for young guys. I think they would want to get more veterans.
That's true, but I mean, I guess like if you don't have someone you love in a draft, you could always do that too.
Yeah. Trade a pick. And then my last NBA headline. So apparently, can't remember what source I saw this from, but the NBA is because of the success of the play-in tournament, the NBA is discussing a new in-season tournament that could start as soon as 2023. There are no specific details for what this entails. Do you guys have any speculation on what it might be? Do you have any interest in seeing a certain type of tournament in the NBA? What do you guys think?
You know the All-Star game? You ever watch the NBA All-Star game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
Okay. Oh, just like
why would you care? I mean, I guess I'm sure there'll be some cash incentive, which sure, that's great. But like they've done that in the All-Star game before too, and they still don't care. Like they're not gonna play hard.
Yeah.
If they're probably not even gonna play their best players the whole time. Like it's a cash grab, and like people will probably still watch it, but like also the players are not gonna care.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the whole? Because this has been a back and forth forever, as opposed to the lottery. What do you guys think of the idea of the tournament for the number 1 pick? What do you think of that? Because it kind of forces your team not to tank. Like you can't be a complete bum. Because
the lottery already does away with that, right? Because you have a percent chance to get it.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, like, what if your team legitimately is really bad?
Yeah.
Like, what if you're the worst team in the league? Like, you should have a chance of getting the number 1 overall pick. And like,
shout out to the OG Charlotte Bobcats.
Yeah, when you have the worst winning percentage in NBA history, you should at least have a chance of getting the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
because you're not tanking; you're just bad.
Very, very bad. MJ himself could have started on that team.
Oh yeah, right now.
A trash can, a physical trash can could have started on that team.
Ryan, we can move on. We're going to move on from the NBA. Ryan, do you want to discuss the Dallas Stars Game 7 and the incredible performance that Ottinger, the Dallas Stars goalie?
Yeah, I need you to pronounce the goalie's name.
Jake Ottinger?
Jake Ottinger.
Ottinger. I believe that's correct. Ryan, I watched the first and the third period, and then overtime you watched the full game. Ryan, what are your thoughts on just the performance from this kid? Younger than you.
Yeah, 23.
That sucks.
Yeah, him and Luka are apparently running Dallas sports right now.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, I mean, he had an incredible performance. The NHL first round games were all insane. There were 5 Game 7s. I mean,
2 overtime Game 7s. I think.
Yeah,
yep.
Pens and Rangers, and then Stars and Calgary. Yep. No one thought the Stars would even be in a Game 7. Stars were definitely outmanned and outgunned on all points of the ice besides the goalkeeper position. A lot of people said Calgary in 5. The only reason the Stars got to 7 was because of the goaltender play. He had, I think, 60 shots on goal saved.
Yeah.
Which was second all time in Game 7s. The kid's 23. His rookie year was last year. I think in total the Flames shot the puck towards the net 120 times. Yeah. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous that he only gave up 3 goals. So it was we're not. I love playoff hockey. I don't really watch a ton in the regular season, but the announcers were just in awe. So they were just I cannot believe what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey announcers are awesome, always. Yes. And I love that they have Wayne Gretzky on all of the intermission ones. Wayne Gretzky is just there, and you watch the other guys on the set. There's usually 4 or 5 other guys up there, and whenever one of them's talking, they're all paying attention, obviously, whatever. As soon as Wayne Gretzky starts talking, they just stop and they all just stare at him in awe, because in all sports, is Wayne Gretzky the most undisputed greatest of all time in any sport? Probably.
Yeah.
Brady is separating himself from the pack.
Yeah,
but
Brady's getting there,
Gretzky
but Gretzky
is for sure.
There's a stat that's the record for most points by a set of brothers in NHL history, and I think Gretzky's brother got 1 point, and then Gretzky has all of the other ones. And they're still the highest scoring brother duo of all time in the NHL.
That's actually disgusting.
It's a
Look at our
stupid
statistician.
It's a stupid stat.
Oh man.
But but that set up the battle for Alberta with the Edmonton Oilers.
Every person in that Providence was rooting for the Flames to win just so they could have that matchup with the Stars. And the Stars were really trying to play spoiler.
And I was reading about that I guess that was a big matchup back when Gretzky and when the Oilers were really good. The one team they always had trouble with were the Calgary Flames. So apparently it's the first time they've played in the playoffs, I think, since the 90s. So it's been a while. But that'll be an electric series for sure.
Yep. Shout out to the Penguins for giving up 3 straight games of leading by at least 2 goals and then losing in a Game 7 OT.
Classic Pittsburgh move.
Poster bath for our friend Robbie Ledon on that one.
Shout out Ledon.
My next headline pertains to the WNBA. Unfortunately,
whoa! I don't even get to mention the Carolina Hurricanes making it to the second round.
There you go. There's your mention.
Connor's really hitting on the Homer Stars.
Yeah. We got to talk about we can talk about the rest of the NHL playoffs. The Colorado Avalanche with the only sweep in the first round looked like an absolute buzzsaw.
Like an avalanche.
Very nice.
Nice.
I host podcasts.
Hurricanes and Rangers meeting up in the second round after 2 really great series that went to 7 games. Hurricanes advanced by 1 goal in regulation. Rangers winning in overtime in Game 7. I think it's going to be an exciting NHL playoffs as well. I think the NBA playoffs have been pretty solid as well. And
2 polar opposite experiences for the number 1 seeds out of the East and West, right? The Avalanche rolled and the Panthers got literally all they could handle from the
we got to talk about the battle for Florida too. The Florida
Lightning
Panthers and the Lightning.
Which will be a great series.
Apparently they scheduled the Panthers and Heat are obviously both in Miami, and they scheduled all of their home games on the same days for their home playoff games.
That's something the Stars and Mavs were able to avoid. Apparently, Dallas is the only city ever to have 2 Game 7s on the same day.
That's pretty cool.
With the Stars and Mavs playing, which I thought was a really cool stat. And that's the Mavs. We know what they did. I was really hoping for the Stars. I made a bet with the Lord above saying.
Do they both play at the same arena?
Yeah, the AAC.
So. That's what I figured. But
yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, that's all I have for hockey. Go ahead, Connor. I don't want to slow up your list. I know you got your list.
It gives a better structure.
He's like, boys, we gotta get back on track.
Dude, episode 9 was one of the worst things ever. We can never repeat that again.
I think me and Ryan should play in the next episode.
Just a riff. Just doing nothing. Pertaining to the WNBA, unfortunately, Brittney Griner's detention has been extended. We don't know when. Obviously, there's been an outpouring of support for her on social media. The U.S. officials are trying to get involved, so that's just a tidbit of news to cover.
What about the WNBA season?
Tipped recently, right? Last week.
Yeah, it tipped recently.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about it. But
I don't really either.
Well, let's take a quick look at the standings, fella.
How are the Dallas Wings doing?
They're
in second place.
How about the Chicago Sky? How about the Chicago Sky?
Third place. The defending champion Chicago Sky.
How about the LA Sparks?
The Sparks are 2-2.
Oof.
The Who's the Dream? The Atlanta Dream, I believe.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Dream.
Come on.
Sorry. They're 4-1 leading the Eastern Conference. And you have the Las Vegas Aces.
No, Las Vegas
leading the Western Conference.
There are 12 teams in the NBA, right? Or WNBA. 12 teams?
Correct.
Okay. What's up, Ryan?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
No, I was like, I think it's 12. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously
extended their lead to 11 points right now, halfway through the second quarter.
The Celtics? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive without Smart and Horford. So to move on to I have some NFL news. It's not really anything super major with the players and stuff, but Sean Payton will join Fox for the 2022 NFL season. I don't know. I think it's in an analyst capacity, I'm assuming. Probably not a commentator.
And then in 2023, he's going to be the head coach of the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, that would be an upgrade.
There were 2 articles like in the last week that was like, yeah, Sean Payton and Drew Brees are going to come out of retirement, and one potential landing spot is the Panthers. Like, no, it's not.
Hey, yo.
Why? Why?
Yeah,
and 2, are you going to really come out of retirement to still have to play Brady 2 times a year?
Yeah, no shot.
Come on
now.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And then this is just something kind of funny as a Cowboys fan in eternal pain. Jerry Jones says that he could get $10 billion for the Cowboys, but never will he ever sell the Cowboys. So that was just really fun to read.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not, Jerry?
You could have Dan Snyder.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could have Dan Snyder.
Yeah, but does Dan Snyder have a son working for him?
Also,
probably.
Also, the NFL community just forgetting so quickly about the fact that Robert Kraft had, Chinese hand jobs down in Florida.
Hey, yo,
he did.
Wait, what was this?
What do you mean?
He already forgot. He literally already forgot.
A week, man. It's the fucking Patriots. Get away.
It was right before the last time they were in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs. There's like an article came out that Kraft had been like flying to Florida and like paying massage therapists. He's not Deshaun Watsoning them, paying them to help him out.
I never heard this story.
The happy ending massage. Yeah, I mean, they talked about it for like 48 hours and Kraft said that's enough, and then everyone stopped.
Yeah.
Wow.
So literally soliciting prostitution.
They got let off, and Connor doesn't even remember at all. Connor's the.
I don't think I've ever heard that story.
This was big news.
I don't think I ever heard that story. Honest to God.
Yeah, you missed Sports and reporting on like happy ending massages and stuff. It was a weird time in the NFL.
Wow. Okay. Moving on, relating to the Cowboys. Apparently, Ezekiel Elliott has, he was looking a little slower at the end of last season, but apparently he looked quote unquote great in off-season work for Ezekiel. Guys, do you think that Ezekiel Elliott will ever be able to get back to a semblance of the running back that he was, in 2016?
Y'all want to hear a fun fact about running backs and their age that are this week?
I think I've seen this one, but
there has not been a top 5 fantasy running back over the age of 24 since Shady McCoy.
26. The age of 26. I saw the stat as well. But yes.
Yeah. Wow. That's
I thought it was 24.
Wait, how old's Derrick Henry?
26. So there was a ton of running backs hitting like 26 and 27 this year. Like Eckler's hitting 27.
Yeah.
Henry doesn't count. I mean, it's a Terminator. Like,
he's literally a robot.
Yeah.
We don't put him in the same, but there are some other guys I'm forgetting because I'm a terrible podcast host.
Yeah.
Man, like AMC might be up there too. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's broken. So
Zeke will not get back to his earlier campaigns. Number one, because the offensive line for the Cowboys is not up to snuff again. Hopefully, the new additions at their left guard and right tackle will do a little bit better, but I think there will be a healthy split between Pollard and Zeke this year.
That's what I was going to say. I think Pollard is good enough that you don't necessarily want to run Zeke into the ground. Like, you might as well get Pollard involved. He's good enough to make plays. Like, he's not going to be a bell cow back anymore.
And I think with that two-headed running attack, the Cowboys can easily have a top 5 running team in the NFL with Dak, if he's healthy enough to keep him option on an occasional RPO or something.
And if the offensive line holds up.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. All right. So, Robbie, I don't know if you know a lot about this. Ryan and I mentioned it to Ryan earlier. Phil Mickelson is missing the PGA Championship, and apparently some sources are not happy about it. Tiger came to support of him. I don't know if you know anything about that specifically.
It was a big thing. So there's this like Saudi Arabian super golf. Like I remember when they were talking about the Super League for soccer in Europe, where they want to get all of the best teams and like just have them play all the time. There's a similar thing that was coming together for golf in Saudi Arabia, where they just wanted to pay all these golfers like just absurd amounts of money. Like we're talking like $10 million a year just to play. And that's not in term on top of their winnings. That's just to come play on this tour. Like just absurd amounts of money. And a lot of the players came out against it because obviously Saudi Arabia and human rights don't exactly go together, not something they're really known for. And so a lot of players came out against it. And Phil was one of the few players that expressed his interest to play in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And the PGA Tour pretty much said if you take their offer, if you play even one tournament in this league, you are not welcome on the PGA Tour again, ever. Period.
Yeah.
And Phil was also in hot water recently with some of the news that came out about his financial status.
Yeah, Phil's in some hot water here lately. I mean, of course, like they're gonna come out and support, like Tiger's gonna support him, all of that. But yeah, I think that on top, he got like also in trouble for something recently. I can't remember what he did.
Phil's not had a great 2022.
No, or 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also that. Yeah.
So speaking of the Super League, right into my soccer. So the Premier League is coming right down to the wire. Man City and Liverpool are 1 point away from each other, with Liverpool just winning yesterday. So that's just a little tidbit right there. Those. I mean, go ahead.
Where are my Brentford Bees?
Your Brentford Bees are in 11th place.
Out of the relegation zone.
The relegation, that's all we can hope for, baby.
Yeah.
So the top 7 right now are Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, and West Ham. So those are the top 7.
Liverpool's also in the Champions League final.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting coming down to the wire. And in relation to soccer, I found this report earlier. So 2 sister soccer players named Alyssa and Giselle Thompson have been the first players in high school to sign to a Nike NIL deal. So what do we think of just NIL in general, boys? Do we think it's detrimental? Do we think it's beneficial?
It'd be a whole podcast.
There you go.
Just where was my NIL deal?
Yeah.
They clearly missed out.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Look at you're doing a podcast now. Come on now.
Yeah, they could Nike. You could be sponsoring this podcast.
You could be sponsoring us.
God.
You want to take first stab at that?
Take a first stab at what?
Just your opinion on the NIL deal. I'm curious.
I mean, I think it's generally a good thing. Like for the players, obviously, I don't necessarily think it's good for the schools, but like also who really cares? I think it needs to be regulated. Like I think you can't just have them running. You can't have the Texas and Texas A&Ms of the world running around throwing millions of dollars at players, because it does kind of uneven the playing field. Like you have like professional sports have a salary cap and they have those type of things. Like you have to have some type of regulation to it. But like it never made any sense to me that these players couldn't make money off of their own name. Like there's that kicker for UCF back when UCF was big. They like had a YouTube channel and like he got in trouble for monetizing his YouTube channel just because he was a college athlete. It's like that doesn't seem fair, because if you're any other college student, you could monetize your YouTube channel. So I think it's a good thing. I think it needs a lot more regulation, and they have a lot of things to figure out. But I think in general, it's a good thing for the athletes, and that's really what's more important.
Yeah, I mean,
the schools are doing.
They were, so hard against it, right? Like the example Robbie just gave, like no one could make any kind of money on it. And then you swing the pendulum completely the other way, and you got number 1 recruits going to wherever Dion's coaching, like Jackson State or wherever.
And you got like the portal is becoming this thing where they're not really entering the portal. They already know where they're going before they enter the portal. Like you have that wide receiver from Pitt, who everyone thinks that USC was tampering with, and then there's also wide receiver from Louisville that everyone thinks that Alabama was tampering with, and like. If they're entering the transfer portal and then a day later deciding where they're going to go, clearly they had contact with those schools before they enter the transfer portal.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't think it takes a genius to figure that out. So,
and even Nick Saban's kind of come out about it. It's like, hey, this is great for me and my job and my school, because Alabama's just going to get those dudes, right? I just think it's the way it's currently set up, it's not great for parity. Not that there was a whole lot of parity to begin with, like in college football.
Yeah.
Now this could be in different sports, right? Like you have college basketball and baseball, all that shit. But football is the one that makes the most money, right? So that's where it's going to have a lot more of the NIL deals and the more eyes on it. But yeah, I mean those top 10 programs are just going to stay up there. And
Do you see that Saban said that he wishes there was more parity in college football?
Yes, I saw that. I genuinely believe he wants that.
He wants there to be more parity around Alabama. He doesn't want Alabama to win any less. He just wants to to not have to play Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia every year.
Yeah.
But also, do you see that Addison is working out with Bryce Young, the wide receiver from Pitt that won the Blitnikoff last year?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Love that.
Yeah. Anyways.
I find it interesting that the NCAA, after being like so many years of being such hard asses about topics such as, name, image, and likeness, and also the transfer portal, I find it funny that, in the past 2-3 years that they've just gotten rid of all of that. But it's almost like the other side of the coin is that they had absolutely, like you said, Robbie, no regulation over it. So it's just creating, you gave the people what they wanted, but, it's not where it needs to be.
It's a classic governing body thing of just going completely.
Just gave up.
Just seeing what happens, right?
Yeah.
Now you have examples of both, and then you try to compromise.
Yeah.
The NCAA took their academic policy where they didn't give a shit about if you were actually taking classes or not, and they applied that to everything else in the NCAA.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Hey, shout out J.R. Smith. He was on the president's list.
He got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. J.R.
off the Henny.
He was the student athlete of the year at NCAA. I'm pretty sure
that was the dude that LeBron yelled at because he forgot how much time was left on the clock.
Because he didn't know how to read a clock.
In LeBron's defense, JR deserved to be yelled at.
No, he did. Yeah, JR's an idiot for that one. That one was one of the worst moments I've ever seen. Oh, man. Robbie, do you have a song of the week for us?
How about an album of the week?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't listened to it yet, but tomorrow's push day, so I will be listening.
Oh, is this a Kendrick album?
There's very few artists in the world who just completely take over the conversation when they release an album. You got Drake. You got Taylor Swift. And, of course, Kung Fu Kenny, Kendrick Lamar.
Kung Fu Kenny.
You kill me actively.
It's a solid album. I mean, listening through it the first time, there's a lot of things that you hear and you're like, whoa, that's weird or crazy or whatever else. It's not going to have a ton of replayability, I don't think.
Yeah.
Which, Kendrick's albums don't always have. There's always a couple songs, but, it's pretty rare that you're going to sit down and listen to an entire Kendrick album from start to finish.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a really solid album. There's definitely some good songs on there, so everyone should go check it out.
There you go. Great. Ryan and I recently saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Maybe later this. Yeah, of course. Maybe later this week. I don't know. I think we're doing a second pod. What are we gonna do, boys? What do we think? Are we doing the MCU tier list, or what are we thinking for the?
Yeah, how about we can do when Thursday after work, I can leave work and I'll just go directly to the movie theater, watch the movie, and then we can do a post reaction and do the tier list after that of all the MCU movies. How about that?
Okay. I mean, if you're able to get the
I'll book a ticket after we finish up here.
All right, very nice. And other, entertainment pop culture news, Stranger Things comes out May 27th. I'm excited to see season 4. Robbie, have you seen Stranger Things?
Never watched an episode.
Disappointed.
Not even one.
I would probably agree it's a little overrated, but I still think it's a very solid show. I still think it's a good show. And then another show that's coming out soon, I believe on Disney Plus. I think might be on the same day as Stranger Things is Obi-Wan Kenobi. The time period between after Anakin became Darth Vader and A New Hope. So that does look very cool.
I'm gonna go stupid hard. She-Hulk trailer dropped today too.
Oh, I did not know that.
Did it?
I can go watch that.
Dropped probably 2 hours ago. It was pretty recent. So.
I know the Miss Marvel one dropped a few weeks ago too. It might have been a teaser or something. Do you guys have anything else, or do you guys want to get into the tier list?
I had something. Pop culture. You want to kind of break down real quick what's happening and with some of the racketeering charges potentially being brought against some of our favorite rappers.
Racketeering charges? You mean conspiracy to commit murder charges against some of our rappers? So Young Thug's whole like label, YSL, a lot of the rappers associated with it are being brought under charges for essentially all kinds of gang-related activity. And what they're doing is it's called a RICO case, and essentially any crime that you charge one of them with, you can charge all of them with. So there's a good chance guys like Young Thug, I don't remember if Gunna was involved or not, but those guys.
Future's name was on it. Even Harlow, like his name was kind of being floated around as being associated with.
And a lot of it is that they were funneling money to these guys that were then committing crimes, not necessarily they were involved with them, just that they had their money. Young Thug is probably looking at a pretty hefty prison sentence. So that's not great. Another thing I thought about real quick, speaking of Jack Harlow, Kentucky Derby.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Derby.
Oh yeah, the Derby. I went to the Derby.
I went to the Derby. Great experience. Definitely a sporting event that everyone I think needs to go to. It was really cool. Rich Strike, the second longest underdog to ever win the Kentucky Derby. I think it was all a giant conspiracy by the rich to put him in at the very last minute so they could all bet on him and make a lot of money. That's only because my horse lost. But
yeah.
Great experience, cool race. People say you can't see anything from the infield. That was kind of a lie. Like we got right up against the fence for the Derby, and like you can only see them, for however long of the curve you can see. But like you saw them come around the corner, and then you could go run back in the infield, and there's a big screen, and you could see the finish on the big screen. So don't let them tell you can't see the race because that's not true. But would recommend gamble responsibly.
Always.
Let's rank them.
Would you take them home to your mother?
Hey,
yo.
Hey, yo. I don't like that one at all.
Okay.
Not a huge fan.
Yeah.
How upset you're gonna be if someone else picks to play them?
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine. I'm good with that one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A tweet from Adam Schefter today said an MRI today confirmed that running back Tariq Cohen, who hasn't played in the NFL since he tore his ACL in Week 3 of the 2020 season, ruptured his Achilles live streaming a training session.
No chance.
Damn.
That's horrid.
Talk about not catching a break. Holy shit.
First off, we're starting with the classic, the all-time classic, Mr. Mario.
I don't really care. You're kind of weird, but
you're kind of weird.
Bit odd.
Yeah.
Bit odd for sure.
All right. So
I bet.
All right.
Or who cares?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think who cares? I think who cares is more appropriate.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
You cool. I mean, if you're
he's got some cheese moves though. Like he's got that move where he's got that move where he can grab you and then you guys like he suicides himself and like you both go off the edge.
Ryan's just gonna be upset because he can't play Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
No, I never play Donkey Kong. My mains are Pikachu.
Not in Smash.
No. Pikachu? What else did I play?
I
cheesed Meta Knight.
Meta Knight,
I was
bro.
such a
Meta Knight was so good in that game that they banned him from tournaments because he was so cheese.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
all right, 100%. So we're putting Donkey Kong in just you cool?
Yeah, you cool.
All right.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, Link. I feel like if you pick Link, you're pretty good. But is that annoying that someone else you're like, oh damn it, you're good?
Yeah, you might be a little upset because you probably play the game enough.
You probably play the game, yeah. Put it like in the middle, like I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got Samus.
Zero Suit Samus. Who cares?
Hey,
he can spam you a little bit.
It's a she.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm triggered by the one that's right to the right of it, so I'm just waiting for that one.
That's fine.
Hey, Samus will put in the middle. Just I bet again.
Yeah.
All right. Kirby.
I'm bent. I'm raging. Because I know I'm going to get trolled the entire game.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Kirby is
not thrilled with that one.
Yeah, I'd fully agree. Fox.
Fox is also kind of in the same boat.
You think so? As Kirby? No, he's not as bad as Kirby.
He's probably what the hell at least.
His speed is like cheese. His back and forth speed thing. But that's about it, I'd say. So yeah, we can put him right below Kirby. Pikachu. Pikachu's kind of cheese.
Ryan's a Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu's kind of.
He's not super strong though. I wouldn't even put him in like the top half of like strongest characters.
Probably not. But he Robbie, what do you think? Pikachu?
I'm not gonna be that upset if you pick Pikachu.
All right,
Pick
we'll
Pikachu.
put him in.
It's
All right, bet.
It's almost bedtime, fellas.
Well, we'll
Oh my
get through
God.
the rest of this quick. Marth.
Marth and Ike can go into. Oh, I'm right on the verge of betting. What the hell? Because they're pretty strong. I mean, if you pick them, you know how to play the game.
Ike is the only one I can play
Any other
at all
personal
with.
opinion?
I honestly, Ike is. I think Ike's better than Marth.
Yes,
So-
but they have like similar play styles.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd put Ike in what the hell, and I'd put Marth in I bet. I put like Marth at the top of I bet.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll put Marth at the top, and then we'll put Ike in what the hell. Mr. Game and Watch. I'm raging. If you pick
Raging.
Mr.
Very-
I'm
very
raging. Because you
Already
play the game
mad.
religiously. If you play Mr. Game and Watch, he's so annoying. Is he worse than Kurt? We'll do that at the end. Luigi.
Yeah,
who
cares?
You're honestly weird if you pick Luigi.
Who?
Same with Diddy Kong.
Yeah. I forgot Diddy Kong was even in this game.
Yeah, but like you cool if you pick Diddy Kong. I'd say like at the
you
bottom.
valid.
Yeah, you valid. Zelda / Sheik. She kind of like.
I don't know if
doesn't
I've
do
ever played
anything.
with them.
I used to like that character, but I mean, it's not. She's not great.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Hit.
WHO. The hell.
What? Yeah,
Definitely not
yeah,
thrilled.
yeah. What the
Definitely not thrilled.
Yeah.
Meta Knight is
hell?
bad.
I'm quitting.
Raging, yeah.
I'm
Very
quitting.
tilted.
Falco.
At least what the hell? He's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
as annoying as Fox.
I think he's slightly better than Fox actually. So yeah, I'd put him in what the hell. Pokemon trainer.
valid.
Yeah, you valid, for sure.
You guys just say that because you like Pokemon.
No, it's just he's kind of a fun character to play. Like I respect it.
Yeah.
Bringing out Zard. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Snake. I give it a little bit of what the hell. You know how to play if you play Snake. It's just me.
I'd say bet. I don't really care about Snake.
Really? All right. We can put him at that. Yeah, we can put him in there. Peach.
Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
Who?
Oh?
And Yoshi's valid for sure.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Ganondorf, I'm raging. Because he hits so
But you-
damn hard.
So hard.
But you just can't get
He's
caught by it.
so annoying. though.
Every single character on this list is
No,
faster.
when
besides
someone-
Bowser.
No, but
Again,
when someone knows how to play Ganondorf, you lose so fast because they hit
yeah,
you
as soon as
so
you get
damn
like
hard.
grabbed and like
Yeah,
thrown
you're
up
done.
in the air,
You're out of there. Oh man.
yeah, I mean, I will probably say my third most played is Ganondorf. After Meta Knight and
Jesus.
Pikachu.
Ice climbers. Oh.
What the
I'm
hell?
I'm also kind of angry.
Yeah, what the hell?
What?
For sure with ice climbers. They're so
That's
fucking
what-
annoying. You knock one off and you just
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other one's
yeah.
still there, yeah.
King DDD.
I'm raging.
You're raging. It's King DDD.
You got a fucking hammer, and I don't like the asshole and the big fucking duck.
You got beat by a lot of
no,
DDs in your
I've-
time, haven't you, Ryan?
I've seen Ryan
I'm
get.
pretty sure
I've seen Ryan get
pretty sure
bent from
Chop
a DDD.
beat me with DDD, and I think that just really got me angry.
I've seen Ryan bent from a few DDDs.
Yo,
Hey, yeah, wait. You got
pause.
that. Wolf.
Um,
I don't even remember
Cares?
playing him like at all. Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
same with Lucario.
Lucario's better. I'd say I bet for Lucario. Lucario's like a good character though.
Ness is what the hell I bet.
Ness,
Yeah.
no, Ness is
No,
I'm
Ness is
raging.
good.
Ness is I'm
Yeah,
raging.
Ben. Yeah,
Alright.
Ben.
That's
Ness and
fine,
Lucas are both
The
I'm
only-
raging.
The only people that play Ness and Lucas are way too sweaty in this game.
Yeah.
Way too sweaty.
Bro, I hate the people that are good with it because like when they save themselves with like whatever the hell the shock thing is and they like shock themselves,
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Sonic.
Sonic, Bowser, Wario are all who cares for me.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty true. Sonic, Bowser, Wario. Toon Link. Loki,
Similar
what?
boat.
No, Loki, what the hell? I go, why are you playing with the Toon version? Just play with the real version.
Rob's gone
Idiot.
their own way.
It's kind of a what?
I'll subscribe to that train of thought.
It's like,
Connor.
hey,
You
yo.
put that
Hey, get a grip.
Also,
get a grip. Rob, I'm
looking
raging.
ahead, I'm raging.
Rob, I'm raging.
Definitely very upset.
I'm so mad. Loki, Olimar just pisses me off.
Yeah,
He's just
Olimar's at least what the hell.
yeah, he's a what the hell. He's a definite what the hell. Captain Falcon, I honestly say you cool if you like Captain Falcon. I don't have any. He's just fast. He's fast as hell. That's it.
I mean, I was gonna go the complete opposite.
Are you raging when you're playing Falcon?
Yes.
What's wrong with Captain Falcon?
Falcon punch. Like, all I hear is that.
Go
I'm
away. Go away.
All right, we'll put
At
him.
least what the hell.
All right, we'll put him in what the hell. And then Jigglypuff.
Same reason the Toon Link was in what the hell.
Yeah, literally.
Jigglypuff goes in what the hell.
Yeah. All right, so quickly.
You're weird if you play
You're
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no good
There's no
or no
reason.
strategic game reason that you play Jigglypuff. There's
Yeah.
not.
So we'll rank the top tier real quick to remind you. We have Meta Knight, Kirby, Mr. Game & Watch, Ganondorf, DDD, Ness, Rob, and Lucas. That
We have a lot
made,
in
that
that
made me
tier.
really angry just reading.
We have a
those.
lot in that. A lot more in that tier than
Y'all let
I
me put DDD and fucking raging.
I think honest, just because I think Meta Knight has to go at the top, right? Because he's so
Yeah.
damn good. You
Yeah,
can't beat him.
I
It's
would
like-
argue Kirby, man.
Dude,
Kirby
yes,
mains
Kirby's
are just
cheese.
some weird greasy level.
We'll put Kirby. Yeah, we'll put Kirby right next to Meta Knight. Game and Watch next or Ness?
I was thinking Ness and Lucas.
Ness
I
and
was thinking
Lucas.
Ness and Lucas.
All right, we'll put
Yeah.
Ness on. They're so annoying. Dude.
Game and Watch right after
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
know they're fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have between Ganondorf, DDD, and Rob. It's DDD probably just because he looks weird. Yeah, Brian. Now that you said that, it's in my head. I really don't like DDD.
Yeah. Fuck the hammer. The hammer's fucking annoying.
Fuck that guy.
All right, so do we put is Ganondorf or Rob worse? I'd probably say Ganondorf.
I'd say Rob.
Dude, what do you think, Rob?
Tiebreaker, Rob.
Robbie?
I was gonna say Ganondorf is worse.
All right,
There
we
it
got
is.
Ganondorf. So we got Meta Knight, Kirby, Ness, Lucas, Mr. Game & Watch, DDD, Ganondorf, and Rob. And that is the end of the tier list, and that most likely means that is the end of the podcast. Do you boys have anything else that you want to address before we're going to be right back here on recording on Thursday for the MCU tier list? That's going to be an entire episode dedicated to that because I mean we're probably going to have a lot of conversations and a lot of arguments. We're hoping Robbie will be a little. This is our fault. We kind of started recording late, so Robbie's a little more tired. But we'll definitely start that right after the movie. Robbie's going to be full of energy, and he's going to be.
I
coming
want to get up at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Thursday.
No, I'm not
Good
really.
to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
So
a conversation. I mean, good
Yeah.
God.
there's
What?
gonna be-
I'm upset for you.
Thank you.
yeah. So we're gonna,
this is Sherry's fault.
oh,
Damn.
Damn.
I just she had not her fault. She had a 5:30 flight.
that's
so,
unfortunate.
yeah. And then I'm not gonna go back to sleep after 4:00 and get 2 hours of sleep before I have to go to work. So
Yeah, I got you.
hit the gym guy huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get this out as fast as possible, and then we'll bring you that. Ryan, do you want to sign us out?
Yeah, thank you for listening to our another rendition of this. Hopefully to make it weekly or maybe even bi-weekly again. But for myself, Connor, and Robbie, thank you for listening to the Bros in the Berg. We'll see you on the next one.
Please gamble responsibly.